Republicans' Waterloo strategy. For more on this, let's bring in Congressman Joe Sestak, Democratic nominee for Senate in Pennsylvania and retired three-star admiral. Admiral, let me put it in these terms, if I may, tonight. If you ask the men and women under your command to come back to Washington for work for one day, do you think that would be such a heavy lift?
Absolutely not. I can remember getting notified on Christmas Day that they were going to send me off to Afghanistan. You just do that. We are public servants, and how can they not be coming back here with the most brisk a pace at all? But here's why probably they don't want to, and why Congressman Toomey, my opponent, is opposing this bill. It actually closes tax havens for large corporations that have been hiding taxes overseas. You know, these large corporations that they have been supporting, where tax breaks and wealth might trickle down, that help drive us into the savage economy. I think that's part of the issue with these Republican leadership, that is, or those that believe in this type of trickle-down economics like Congressman Toomey.
So this addresses the offshore mailboxes that we've heard so much about in recent years, about corporations paying their fair share.
It does, but not all of it yet. More to be done. Look, if you have to do something for the future, and you and I know that the majority of people across America, certainly in Pennsylvania, work in a small business, giving them a tax credit, giving them some guarantee on community bank loans, like we tried to do in another bill over sitting in the deep freeze of the Senate, and the Republicans opposed, because we're helping working families at small businesses. Well, you know, they lost small business less than 20 people, half the jobs in this recession. That's what we have to do as we continue on in the future. Let's go back down there and do that, and not have this 2-month sojourn that the Republican leadership is saying they want, and just, it's politics again. That's what's wrong with Washington. We got to change it.
And I want to ask you about the story we had in the previous segment tonight. 119 rounds of golf by the Republican leader in the House, which by our calculation equates to 74 days off. Considering your work ethic and considering the conditions of this country, are you offended by that?
Well, let me say that I don't have anything about golfing, but when you're not willing to come back for a bill and yet go on golfing, but for a bill that would save 12,000 Pennsylvanians from losing their job, I'm talking first responders, I'm talking programs that help people who have been violated. This is then you're out of touch, and I think it's indicative of a mindset that, once again, you know, somehow everything will work out if you just kind of let the marketplace play somehow up on Wall Street. And that mindset is what drove this economy aground. If there's anything we have to do and go in the future, is make sure that Washington, D.C. has people that are willing to focus on practical solutions, like where the working people are, small business.
Congressman Sestak, keep up the fight. Thanks for your time tonight.
Thanks for having me again, Ed.
Next up, we all know the turn.